Hawkeyes won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So it'll be Troy starting on offense. The electric Devontae Ross is back deep, and the ball sails over his head. It'll be a touchback. Ball will be out at the 25. Damian Taylor, maybe their best offensive weapon in the backfield. They fake it to him, and the pass is high, looking for Landon Parker. Full backfield. Keeper. Caldwell spits it out. This is the tight end, Connor. And Connor, oh, looking like an Iowa tight end. Close to the first down marker. 3rd and 1. There's your first rush for Taylor. And he makes the first man miss, but he can't get away. He'll go down, not close to the marker, and it'll be 4th down. Caden Weegan back deep for Iowa. Low kick, it'll bounce. And Weegan stays away, and it takes a heck of a roll for Troy. Inside the 20, it'll be downed at the 17-yard line. Hawkeyes start with 3 wide receivers in the game. Johnson, his first carry, and he is swarmed and brought down. Maybe a gain of 1. Second carry for Johnson, and again, tough sledding. Gain of 2, it'll bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 8 officially. McNamara, his first throw on time, and enough for the first down marker is Jacob Gill.
Same look, the opposite side.
And it's Gill again. Second consecutive grab for 10 yards for Jacob Gill. On 2nd and 1, they give it to Johnson, who barrels out to the 45-yard line. So 2 first downs already here in a first drive for Iowa. We've only seen Johnson in the backfield behind McNamara. They give it to him again. This time, no hole. All right, this will be the 7th play of the opening drive for Iowa. We have Kamari Moulton into the game in the backfield next to McNamara. 2nd down and 7. They fake it to Moulton.
Pick up.
McNamara has to get rid of it in the vicinity of Vanderzee. It's incomplete. 2nd, 3rd and long of this drive. 3rd and 7. Incomplete again, looking for Vanderzee, and it'll bring on the punt team. Freshman punter Reese Dakin comes on. Peyton Higgins back deep for Troy, lets it bounce, and it'll go into the end zone. That'll be a good 5-yard gain on first down. Caldwell gets it out to Zariah Beeson. First carry for Gerald Green. That's actually a bit of good news for Trojan fans. Didn't know if he was going to be able to play today, but he's obviously out there. 3rd down. This is Green, and he's going to get enough for the first down.
How about that? You know, the Hawkeye defense stopped them on their last opportunity. And again, I'm not totally surprised. And as ironic as this is, despite the fact that they're still looking for that first W, Troy has the most scoring drives of 10 plays or more, scoring plays in 2024. You know, they're there with UMass, Georgia Tech, and you know those teams necessarily don't jump out just being juggernauts. But I'm telling you, if you can possess the ball in a low-scoring affair like this, you can have a chance.
Green still in the game next to Caldwell. He'll be asked to block. Caldwell gets rid of it. Dangerous pass, and it's caught right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss. Peyton Higgins. So officially, no gain. 2nd down at 10. Play action.
Nice.
Beautiful dart. Double caught by Landon Parker. Ball wanted to come out, but he's able to grab it for a pickup of 14. Parker in his 7th year of college football. Good golly. Damian Taylor makes it through that first wall and gets out to midfield. Gain of 4 on first down. 2nd down.
They got a nice switch combination here, down low from the inside receiver if they want it.
Caldwell out of the pocket. A flag comes down. First flag of the game. If this play holds up, it's going to be really close to the line to gain and bring a 3rd and short.
Holding.
But maybe go backwards.
Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd down at 16. Blitz is picked up. Caldwell. Pass is caught by Ross. And they get back the loss of yards from a moment ago to bring up third down and relatively short. It's a gain of 11. Just a four-man rush. Caldwell didn't see a man coming, and he lost it. He was drilled by Deontay Craig and fumbled the football. I apologize. I gave credit to Deontay Craig. That was actually Ethan Herkett with the sack and the forced fumble. Fair catch called for and made at the 23-yard line. Kaleb Johnson, second possession for Iowa. And look at him go! Johnson down the left sideline. He's cut down at the 40. Oh, he can scoot with the best of them. Ian Connerly-Goodley makes the tackle, but it's a gain of 39.
You can call him a poor man's Eric Dickerson, whatever you want to. All he needs is a neck brace, man. Watch him run up right through there and then get high step. I don't know how fast he is, but he looks so good in his uniform. Look at those steps, man. Oh, he looks like an Appalachian stallion. Oh, unbelievable stepping right through the front of that Troy defense.
It
impressive.
doesn't look like he is even breaking a sweat with the way that he puts the feet up and down, but he's got 4.4 speed. Kamari Moulton, they fake to him. McNamara dumped down to the tight end. This is a Strenga, and it's a pickup of 5. New receiver in the game, Dayton Howard, number 7, comes into the game for the Hawkeyes. Moulton is crunched. Woo! All right. Justin Poe, gain of 5. Johnson back in. He's got it. And Johnson makes the first couple of guys just shed off of him and gets the first down to the 25. Chris Kingsbury. Johnson's going to lose yards. He is tackled behind the 30 by Raymond Cutts. That's a loss of 4. Moulton is in the backfield, 2nd and 14. McNamara design rollout.
Yes.
Finds Moulton. Inside the 20, it'll bring up third down and short, so a red zone opportunity for Iowa.
And they're getting there, and that's where they've been struggling. I really love that particular play because of what the quarterback does here. Brendan Jackson, number 4, the middle linebacker, he makes them, does McNamara, make a decision. It's almost, you might want to call it a run-pass option. Once he came off the back, who was destined for the flat, and then made the quarterback his objective, that's when McNamara pulled up and threw the ball open. That's just beautiful, obviously, of executing.
Not great numbers on third down this year for Iowa. And what do we have? A timeout called by Troy. Moulton's in the game as the tailback. Man in motion is Gill. They fake it. McNamara, he wants to run, and he's got enough for the first down, maybe. It'll depend on the spot, and that spot doesn't look great. Oh, my. I thought he got to the 15 where he needed to get to. But he's marked just shy, and the Hawkeyes are going to go right back to the line of scrimmage.
Watch him dipsy doodle Philip Lee right here. He plays the bandit position, and the bandit is like a hybrid, a triple hybrid. But to be able to make a guy that the miss.
They go for it quickly on fourth down. They give it to Johnson, and he gets stoned.
Wow.
Joris Williams, first time we've seen him. They pitch out to Williams. And he gets 3, maybe 4 on first down. Williams remains in the game. They call him Puck. That's his nickname. Puck Williams.
Tight bunch formation with motion. Let's see if they can get something done. Nice.
Good catch by the tight end, Connor. And he's got it up for the first down. So the Hawkeyes don't have the only tight ends in the ball game. It's a gain of 7, and the chains will move. It'll be first down and 10 for the Troy Trojans when we start our second quarter. Incomplete, looking for Devontae Ross on the slant, and Ross can't hang on.
Yeah, TJ Hall made sure of that. He got that hand in there and punched it from that left cornerback position, and they got a couple of easy completions on them earlier today, and not going to continue to happen. That shows the ability to adjust to what you're seeing. The maturity of this defense is really impressive.
Matthew Caldwell, starting quarterback for the Troy Trojans, replacing Goose Crowder, who got hurt a week ago in the loss against Memphis. Hand off to Williams. Joris Williams out to the 31. It'll bring up third down. All right, 3rd down at 7 after the timeout called by Troy. Empty backfield. Caldwell by himself.
Trips to the field. There should be somebody open with this off coverage right now.
Just a 4-man rush. Caldwell got hit and forces the high throw, and it's incomplete. Robert Cole comes on to kick it away. Weegan is not able to return that one as it goes almost directly out of bounds. 3rd possession offensively for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Kaleb Johnson is the tailback. They put the ball into his gut, and he gets 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 for the Hawkeyes. Their 3rd offensive possession. Johnson cut down at about the 50-yard line. 4-man rush. McNamara. Caught. Jarriett Bowie, his first catch of the year, and it's a gain of 19. Welcome to the ball game, Jarriett Bowie.
Justin Powell back there, number 25, the safety. They weren't able to sort this nice little bunch formation out. He was the high-low concept that got the separation and left it for the safety. And they're moving fast.
Quick hitter, the tight end Ostrenga, his 2nd catch of the game. And he stepped out of bounds after a gain of 5. So Ostrenga with 2 catches. The other tight end, Luke Lachey, has not been targeted so far in our first half. Bowie still in the game with one of the wide receivers for Iowa. This is Johnson, spun down at the 21-yard line. Cam Curry and others on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Ostrenga in front of Johnson in the backfield. Power football. Johnson is cut down by Raymond Cutts, and a flag comes in. Flag comes in for the defensive backfield.
And that may eventually be up offsetting, man. A lot of garbage there.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, number 98. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, also number 98. Both penalties will be enforced, half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
We've got a new quarterback in the game. Okay, it's going to be Brendan Sullivan. Sullivan will be the signal caller. He is super mobile, the transfer from Northwestern.
They're going to try to run to that soft spot on the left side, but not before the timeout.
They do hand it off to Johnson, and he's got a touchdown! Hawkeyes put 6 on the board. 5th rushing touchdown of the year for Kaleb Johnson. Drew Stevens, the extra point. You betcha. 7. Peyton Higgins, Devontae Ross, back deep for Troy. In the direction of Ross, but well over his head, and it'll be a touchback. Caldwell out in space. This is Ross. 2nd and 2. Damian Taylor in the backfield next to Caldwell. Nothing there on the quick hitter. Just throwing it away, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 2. Deshaun Lee was not fooled. He read that play beautifully.
Ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 75. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Wow.
2nd down at 7.
Here comes blitz. Yep.
And quick catch and tackle. Deshaun Lee tackles Zariah Beeson after a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 2.
A soft spot in the middle. Nice.
And a 1st down run by Damian Taylor. That's just the 2nd 3rd down conversion for the Troy Trojans here in our first half.
Now, there was some late stimming or movement up front by Phil Parker's defense. I thought that little soft void over the A gap was going to disappear, but it stayed and remained intact, and that's exactly what they exploited. It's rare that you see in a Phil Parker defense the structure remain the same, and so it confuses, but not that time. Great call.
Play action. Caldwell has a man. It's Ross. He's got it. Touchdown, Troy.
Wow.
Standard issue. 7-7 tie. Effortless. Good golly. Cade McNamara, who was not on the field when the touchdown was scored by Iowa, was replaced by Brendan Sullivan. Back in the game right now. In the backfield, Eli Miller, number 31. Carrying the ball is Kaleb Johnson. And Johnson still on his feet. Out to the 45. Raymond Cutts brings him down, but that's a gain of 19. Love it. This is Kamari Moulton. And Moulton down to the 29-yard line. Back-to-back wonderful runs for the Iowa Hawkeyes. This one 33 yards.
I mean, Iowa doesn't do a lot of what we call pin and pull. All that means is just a lot of working. They do a lot of power stuff, but occasionally they'll come run right at you, and that's what you saw here. Just straight power football coming downhill. I mean, this is really Iowa football right here. They're trying to get those points back, man. They feel intimidated right now, and they're responding to it.
Kaleb Johnson just had a quick blow, back in the game right now. Man in motion, Vander Zee. Johnson. Gain of 1. Second down and 9. Moulton in the backfield next to McNamara. And dropped the true freshman Reese Vander Zee. He thought this college football thing was going to be easy. Had a great game week 1 against Illinois State. Third down and 9. Trying to keep the drive alive. Play clock down to 1. And they just get it off. Quick care. Gill with the catch. And he's brought down. It'll bring up 4th down. And the field goal unit will have to come on.
And that's what will get the Boo Birds coming out right now, right?
Drew Stevens. Makes it a 10-7 lead for Iowa. 42-yarder is true. And the Hawkeyes back on top, but only by the 3. Maybe returnable. Touchback. Gerald Green's got it, trying to get to the edge. And he is stumped. Jamari Harris makes the tackle, comes up from his corner spot. Jamari Harris is one of the many defenders for the Hawkeyes from Chicago. Chicago's always been a big-time feeder to the Hawkeye program. Play action. This is the tight end trying to make something happen. Ethan Connor, third catch for Connor. It's a gain of 3. Third down at 6. Blitz picked up.
Nice.
The tight end Connor with a circus catch. Oh my golly. That was a big time play by the tight end Connor. 24 yards.
Watch Connor at the apex at the point of the spear of this little cluster formation. He just finds the ball and goes high points it. Great adjustment. Way to pull it at the highest point of his catch so as the defender could not do anything about it. That's just a great athletic play and sighting the ball properly.
The defender was Cohen Entringer, who got a whole bunch of playing time a week ago. Sophomore who they really are high on. Caldwell again to Connor. Nowhere to go this time. He is met by the backer Jay Higgins. It's in the backfield right now for Troy. You got Green, number 0, and Taylor, number 3. And Green gets it to the 44. It'll bring up third down and 6. Third down and 6.
Cover 2 shell, 2 deep safety. They don't want him to take the top off, but there's going to be a soft spot in the middle of this field. Going to a 1.
Caldwell, incomplete. He was looking for Ross, and the ball is knocked away by Harris. Robert Cole kicks the end of the ball. Gets that backspin on it, but it's about 2 yards too deep, and it'll be a touchback. Le'Shawn Williams going to get some burn. First time we've seen him, number 4 in the backfield. Tight end Lachey, first catch in 2 games. Out to the 27-yard line. Back-to-back catches for Lachey. He's tackled by Jordan Stringer, but the chains will move. A gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, he'll work that wheel linebacker every day. Stringer, number 7, on the weak side. They're going to go pace and tempo now to see if they can get something broken here in special and try to get some single coverage.
Bet you dimes to donuts, Lachey doesn't have another catchless game the rest of the year. Out of the backfield, this is LeSean Williams. Gain of 3 on first down. McNamara. Catch is made by Terrell Washington. All right, third down. Iowa sacked. Cade McNamara is brought down on a 3rd and 2. And almost an unthinkable punt situation for the Hawkeyes.
Well, this is what we were talking about before the break, partner. When you can diagnose what you think they're most likely to do, watch them read like a computer. Sneak in there, A-gap. You get guys stepping on one another, backpedaling, not being able to step up. That was Logan Jones and company trying to get it. But once you get a guy, even if he's 30 pounds, you're giving up. He's got a heady start, run towards you. The physics starts to play, and he's going to run past you almost like a saloon door, and that thing's going to come wide open. He does an excellent job of busting that up.
It was the combination of Jordan Stringer and Jamal Williams on the sack, and Dakin has to come out to punt the football away. Low spinning kick. Ross has got a chance. Trying to get to the edge. He's got burner speed. Ross! Oh my goodness! Do you have enough in the gas tank? Yes! Touchdown, Troy! Devontae Ross with 77 yards of goodness. Hawkeyes get sacked on a 3rd and 2. They've got to punt it away, and they give up a 77-yard punt return touchdown. Oh my goodness. And now Troy can get greedy. I think this is going to be against Iowa. If they push it forward, you go for 2.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 41. 5-yard penalty. The try will be from the 8-yard line.
Low snap. And the kick is good. I'll tell you what, that was a nice hold by Robert Cole, the punter. He earned his per diem. That was a low skipping snap, and he made it look effortless, the hold. And Max White back deep watches it go over his head. That's Caden Weegan. Lets it go over his head. 1 timeout to work with. On the ground, Johnson. And this is going to take a lot of time off unless they call a timeout.
Well, I think they're fine with that. They want to get out of here and try to second group. I just don't believe that they're aggressive right now. That's not who they are. They're not equipped.
With a senior quarterback.
They're not equipped to do this, man. I'm telling you, they're not there, and this crowd is going to let them know it. But I think this is the wise decision if you're Tim Lester to get this thing in and settle it down. Take some of the juice out of it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they know better than me, but you got a senior quarterback. You're Iowa playing at home, Big Ten team against the Sun Belt. Oh man, Johnson. Clock will stop temporarily on the first down. The chains will move. Iowa will have the football to begin our second half.
Yep.
All right, they won the toss to begin the game. They deferred until the second half, so they will start with the football in the 3rd quarter.
And there's about a handful of people in this building that knows what constitutes a win for the program. And you have to be like a conductor, partner. A conductor turns his back to the crowd if you're going to do it an effective way. This is the Iowa way right here.
So in somewhat of a shock, the Troy Trojans, who have not won a game this year, they go to the halftime locker room with a lead. Spinning kick. Let's do it. This is Weegan. And Weegan out across the 30 before he's driven out of bounds. Okay, Cade McNamara. He played all but 1 snap offensively in the first half. He was replaced inside the 5-yard line by Brendan Sullivan on the only touchdown of the game for Iowa. Sullivan handed it off to Kaleb Johnson. McNamara slings it, caught. Diving catch by Jacob Gill. First down at 10. Tight end Estrenga in motion. Johnson's got it. First half, Johnson 17 carries, exactly 100 yards. Blitz, and McNamara goes down. That is Peterson, Julian Peterson, 8-yard loss.
Just a 3-man rush here.
This is Johnson. And Johnson gets back what was lost on the sack and maybe a couple more. But it's going to bring up 4th down and the punt team will come on. Freshman Dakin. That's
look at this. Is great. This is exactly what they needed.
That's the best punt of the season. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Are you kidding? It lands at the 1-inch mark, but it must have gotten a bit of the goal line. Oh, it's a touchback. Damian Taylor, he's been the workhorse. They fake it to him. Caldwell in the vicinity of his tight end, Connor. 2 consecutive passes for Caldwell.
Nice.
This time Connor's got it. Connor gets himself 7 yards, maybe 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. 3rd down and 2. Incomplete, wonderful coverage made by Jamari Harris. So the Iowa Hawkeye defense gives momentum back to the locals. They force a 3-and-out.
Nice.
And the punt sails out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Kaleb Johnson in the backfield next to McNamara. They move Jacob Gill in motion. Johnson's got it. Chase from behind. Oh, look at the strength. He was met face up by Damaj Yancey and pulled him forward about 6 yards. So with Johnson out of the game, this is Kamari Moulton. And Moulton gets 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, it was inadvertent. Trent Henry with the knee to the back of the helmet, so he's got to come out on that play. And it's a different type of injury, but that's been his problem the previous years. Now, he did accumulate over 1,200 yards or close to it in the previous 2 years. But Johnson is an outstanding back when he's healthy. That's been the only caveat.
1st down at 10. McNamara guns it low and caught. That's his tight end, Lachey. Cade McNamara doesn't use the laces.
What's that?
He throws the ball without using the laces.
Does.
I don't know if I can trust him. Through the hole, this is Moulton. Down to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. Stephen Catledge the tackle.
I thought Brendan Jackson had him there for a minute, but he came out of that and spun out of that play. Showed you some great ability to move in traffic, and then when all else fails, oh, spin, spin, spin.
Good news for Hawkeye fans. Good news for college football fans. Kaleb Johnson is back in. Second down. They fake it to Johnson. Crossing route. Catch is made by Weejan. Down to the 7-yard line. Brendan Sullivan back into the game. Second opportunity, the quarterback McNamara comes out. Sullivan's got some wiggle. He can really scoop. He hands it off. And Johnson pushing the pile. Looking like Nick Bell, a gain of 5.
This is Iowa Hawkeye football right here, fellas. Kirk Ferentz been here 29 years. He knows what it's all about. Experience tells him it's about attitude. It's about our culture. It's who we are. We'll eventually get and start to the point where we can open things up a little bit. But right now, this is how we're best tooled to win this ball game.
How about that? First Hawkeye running back with 3 consecutive games of 100-plus yards since the 2016 season.
Watch the tight end.
Sullivan hands it off. That's Hayden Large. Little sneak attack, and it didn't fool the Trojans.
I gave Coach some good nuggets about how to score down here. I like their chances.
Keeper! Sullivan flips it to the tight end. There is a flag down. It's a touchdown if it stands up. Ostrenga in the end zone, but there is a flag down.
And that would be a shame, too, because they took advantage.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 players on the field. The penalties decline. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Troy needed about 19 people to stop that play. 12 wasn't enough. Extra point. Up and good. Will Devontae Ross get a chance?
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. If he had his shortstop's glove on right there, he could have plucked that out of the dirt and gone the other way. Didn't want to try the skipping kick, and it'll be a touchback. Closing in on the 6-minute mark of our third quarter. Loss of 1. Green and Taylor in the backfield.
Oh, Doctor!
Brian Allen! Fierce! Pretty good start to the drive for the sophomore from Lake of the Hills, Illinois. And trying to snap it quickly, and we've got a whole bunch of flags down.
Well, unfortunately, that'll be on 90 this time.
He wanted to be influential on 3 consecutive plays. As long as they talk about me, I'm happy.
Yeah. Gotta hold your water. What?
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So it's 3rd down at 20. What do you got in the playbook?
Noise is a factor now. They're trying to hear.
4-man rush. Caldwell goes down. Max Llewellyn with the sack. Now this is Iowa football. So the defensive line, Llewellyn and Allen, combined to just dominate that 3-and-out for the Troy Trojans. Golden opportunity for Weegan.
Doctor.
Returnable kick. Oh, he dropped the ball. He muffed it. And somehow he gets it back.
Wow.
Oh, good golly. He'd have been walking back to Williamsburg, Iowa if he hadn't got that. Cade McNamara. That's going to be a loss. Pass is complete to Ostrenga, but it's a loss of yards. Nice defensive play made by Brendan Jackson. Play action. Setting up a screen to the tight end. Ostrenga is tripped up again. Jordan Stringer.
Well, he blew that up, man. I'll tell you. You're talking about threading the needle, getting under 2 big defenders who weigh about 70 pounds more than he does. Watch Stringer come from his position right on the edge and then get right between a guard and a tackle, man. That's unbelievable. That was Mason Richmond, the left tackle out in front of him, and Bo Stevens, number 70.
The last 3 plays from scrimmage for Iowa have all been passes to Ostrenga, and it's resulted in 3 catches and 3 yards with a touchdown in there. 3rd down at 13.
Here comes pressure late.
McNamara.
That'll be a flag.
Contact. No flag.
Wow.
And that is a really quick 3-and-out. Ross waves for the fair catch and makes it at the 10. Can Troy run the football? They lost 19 yards last time they had it. Stay away from Brian Allen. Touch pass. Intercepted. This is Harris, and Harris. Touchdown, Iowa! And that is the script that the Iowa Hawkeyes have been doing for years.
Yep. Relying on Phil Parker's defense.
And the lead is 10. Devontae Ross is back deep for Troy. Can he give the Trojans some momentum? They need something desperately. Nope, touchback. Troy has changed quarterbacks. Tucker Kilcrease is in for the first time this season. Hands it off to Damian Taylor. who pushes the pile forward for 8 important yards. Keeper, Kilcrease. He's got the first down. Closing in on the final 1 minute of our third quarter. And a timeout. 2 tight ends in the game right now for Troy. Kilcrease, what kind of arm do you got? Oh, he's got a man, it's Ross! This is gonna go! A touchdown! Are you kidding? I thought the Hawkeyes were gonna run away and hide. Don't lose sleep on the Troy Trojans. Another touchback. Change at right tackle for Iowa. Nick DeYoung is into the game, not a surprise. Alternates with Jennings Dunker.
Nice.
Johnson's got it. And Johnson is met with force, but an 8-yard gain. Another chance for Johnson. He's got the first down. Speaking of Cincinnati, Kaleb Johnson from just outside Cincy. He is a Hamilton, Ohio native. Had a great bust out second half to his freshman year. Last year was kind of riding the roller coaster up and down. This year, 3 games into it, already over the century mark, all 3 games. As consistent as a metronome. One possession game as we begin our fourth quarter. First down and 10. Iowa's got it. Johnson deep into the secondary. Rips off 11 yards. Hawkeyes have not committed a turnover. They don't want to start now. Gill's the man in motion. Johnson off right tackle. Crosses the midfield stripe. Pickup of 3. Le'Shawn Williams replaces Johnson as the back. They pitch it to him. To the 42. That'll be another first down for Iowa. Tight end Estrenga in the backfield next to Williams. Williams, patient, runs into a wall. Eventually brought down by number 9, Damaj Yancey.
Yeah, I like playing the percentages, though. It was what we call a balanced look. So you have technically 2 guys on either side of the center and 2 backs. You're not quite sure which way they're going to run. They're tooled and set up to run either way. It's just a very conservative approach, but it's one that's going to allow them to get centered in the middle of the field and ready to kick a field goal if they need to.
2 minutes into our fourth quarter.
Bunch formation down here. Got a lot of field to work with in grass. Let's see if they move the quarterback out here. Flat.
Gill. He's got it. Close to the first down marker, but short. It'll bring up third down.
Had a lot of success with this play early on. Going back to it, gave it a breather. That little respite kind of gets the defense less acclimated to its potential, and then they go back to it. Find success. Great job for 10 yards.
Gill's got his uniform number. He's been targeted 5 times. He's got 5 catches.
Whoa,
Look at
doctor.
Johnson go! Nobody's going to catch him! Touchdown, Iowa! Grade A beef. Gerald Green is whacked. Tackle made by Sebastian Castro. It's a gain of 2. Tucker Kilcrease, second series as the quarterback. He throws a good ball.
Nice.
Landon Parker fights for the first down. Green's in the backfield next to him. Straight drop back. Kilcrease got crushed. Got absolutely hammered. Ball comes loose. What do we got? It's going to stay with Troy. That was Ethan Herkett again. So it's 2nd and 12. Quick hitter. Nobody home. Looking in the vicinity of Zariah Beeson. It's 3rd and 12. Kilcrease. Swarmed. Brian Allen got there first, and it'll bring up 4th down. Troy didn't want to, but they've got to kick it away. Weegan calls for the fair catch and jumps out of bounds after making the play. Williams replacing Johnson in the backfield. And he is crushed. Devin Lafayette and others.
Now, there's no give up in this front here, man, along with the middle linebacker Brendan Jackson and company. Henry also in there involved as well. They are coming big time.
They've got a 6th-year quarterback in McNamara. I left some meat on the bone. Williams. That'll bring up a 3rd down and long. They snapped that with 8 seconds remaining on the play clock.
Yeah, that is a little bit disconcerting because I thought they try to milk it as much as they can. Again, partner, I think that's indicative of where they are. With a quarterback that is immersed in the structure and the philosophy here, he's taking that thing down with 1 or 2 seconds left. I mean, there's not a question. It's baked in, right? They still got a ways to go.
3rd down and 8. Kaleb Johnson back in, thinking about possibly a 200-yard afternoon. Play clock down to 4. Caught. That'll be a 1st down. Caleb Brown. First catch of the year for the transfer from Ohio State. Jazzy Patterson. He's going to get some burn right now. Number 9 in the backfield. Patterson's got it. And he is out across the 45. 5 yards for Patterson on his first carry of the year. Patterson, the sophomore from Pompano Beach, Florida. Still in the game. They give it to him. And he dives across the 1st down line. 2 carries, 11 yards for Patterson. Number 56, Nick DeYoung, has played the majority of this 2nd half for Iowa at right tackle. Oh, there he goes! Patterson! Touchdown, Iowa! 39 yards for Jazzy Patterson. Extra point makes it. Damian Taylor's got some burst. Looked like he was dead to rights. Still somehow got 4 yards. Iowa's defense has held Troy to a grand total of 10 rushing yards. Now college, quarterback sacks counts as rushing yards, so you get negative for that. And Iowa's had their share of sacks today. But 10 total rushing yards halfway through our 4th quarter is doing something. Connor, I think he knew what was happening. He knew that TJ Hall was in the vicinity, and those arms got a little shorter than they needed.
Think her arms got a little short there? Little alligator arms?
Yeah. 3rd down and 6.
Nice release. I love this play.
Kilcrease has to get to the 35. He gets to the 40. 5 bonus yards for Kilcrease.
Yeah, it was bonus, and I think it was Gilcrease understanding. And also, you got to give credit for the play design and how it's put together, right?
Spencer, try to get your thought on this. We've seen a bunch of big plays, particularly by Devontae Ross, for Troy against Iowa. Most people in the college football world think of Phil Parker, the defensive coordinator for Iowa, as a genius. Should the folks who are Iowa fans be worried about what's happening in these big plays, or was it just a special performer in Devontae Ross?
Well, again, if you got a competent offensive coordinator, they're going to look at tape, and it's like anything. Any sociologist worth their salt will tell you, if I can watch you long enough, I'm going to be able to predict what you're going to do. Down and distance helps out as well. So no, you shouldn't be despondent, disappointment. It's very tough to get every call right. And it becomes a chess match, right? And it depends on what's working well. That's the reason why it's so important to be in lockstep as a coordinator and a defensive coordinator with the offense, so you know what you're trying. Here's how we're supposed to play. We're not going to play cover 2 if you believe that you're going to score points, right? We're going to be more aggressive and play cover 1. So it really depends on what you know about your offense in this case if you're Phil Parker.
And the big thing with the Phil Parker defense is you'll get some yards here and there, but good luck making a big play against him. Troy has been successful with big plays today. Third down, Kilcrease got hit while throwing, and it's incomplete. That was Max Llewellyn, who's had a nice second half with the pressure. 6'5", 260, spinning like a top. Punt team has to come on. Weegan, no fair catch.
Nice job of making a miss.
And Weegan to the 26. I appreciate the valor. Patterson.
I like this is a good decision right here in the era that we're in with transfer portals and mobility. You want to get guys experience as much as you can to not necessarily appease them. I think the culture is strong enough here at Iowa where that doesn't become a factor. But sometimes guys that don't play, and when in situations where they feel like they should be able to play, they get a little bit unnerved a little bit. This is a wise choice in my opinion.
Sullivan last year at Northwestern. Looks the part of a Big Ten quarterback.
Yep.
6'4", 220. He's from the footprint from just outside of Flint, Davison, Michigan.
Wow.
Patterson. That's going to be shy of the line to gain. It'll bring up third down and a yard, and it'll probably come at the 2-minute mark. Ooh, kind of an awkward handoff, but it's still going to be good enough to get the first down.
No rush.
Patterson. "45 seconds remain."
Oh, nice cut.
Patterson barrels across the 50, and that will probably be the final play of the game.
Just a beautiful run and way to cap this thing off with a nice little intuitive run upfield. And Kirk Ferentz, 29th year. He's been doing it a long time, man.
So congratulations to the Iowa Hawkeyes for Kirk Ferentz. It's now his 198th win. 198 as the head coach at Iowa. And there'll be better days for Jared Parker and the Troy Trojans. Jared Parker's team slips to 0-3 on the season.